Oh, hey. I didn't see you guys there. I was playing Temple Run for phone. So anyway, how are you guys doing? What the fuck is my hair doing? I just took a shower, if you can't tell. Today we're hopping back into it with a little bit of Vestaria Saga. Let me get it opened up real fast. I know most streamers tend to open the game before they start the stream, but I figured, hey, you know, I want to do things a little differently around here because my name is Kevin and I am a cool cat. Alright. So yeah, my hair is really messy. We're gonna deal with it and just move on ahead. So if you guys remember last time, the story didn't really get introduced to us all too much. We kind of just got thrown into it as this guy, Prince Zade, who's like a knight, or like the son of a knight or something, was in charge of guarding this princess because his kingdom was under attack, and we don't really know why. It's kind of, the story just kind of throws you in and doesn't really tell you what's happening until now. Where we're about to get to, I mean. It's kind of like when you go to a movie and you can't really tell what's going on in the movie until the movie tells you what's going on in the movie. Yeah. Got it, right? You guys got it. Anyway, today's going to be a lot of story and like a lot of voice acting, and then I think outside of that I'm just going to call it quits. I don't feel like doing a whole level tonight. So yeah, this will be mainly a story episode. If you remember though, we just recently escaped. That's where we left off. Oh my god, I forgot about that! June 1023, CC. A ship carrying a Soviet imperial diplomat is set ablaze in Frist Harbor inside Maladian waters. The Empire demands an investigation, but Malada denies all misconduct, blaming the conflagration on brigands. Relations between the states quickly sour. So this is going to get real political. This game is definitely a medieval political drama. I love it. A survivor of the blaze testifies that a Maladian soldier lit the fire, enraging Solvia's Emperor Manius. The one country blamed the other one for this ship fire. Determined to hold Malada accountable, Manius declares war on the island kingdom. Yeah, I fucking love this type of thing. I know it's not a popular genre, like the political drama. I love it though. The following spring, 1024, two corps led by the famed General Ajax make landfall in Query, an islet southeast of Vestaria proper. Here, the general builds an impregnable fortress to cement the Empire's foothold. I remember this dude Ajax. He's a powerful son of a gun. September 1024, with 12,000 elite troops under his command, Ajax marches on the Maladian capital of Regina. Faced with this new threat from the mainland, the nations of Vestaria hastily forge an alliance, but one with little solidarity. The Empire goes unimpeded. After Ajax's forces invade Frist, most of the Alliance's member states decide that the fight is not theirs, and Malada's pleas for reinforcements go ignored. Boo! King Melchi's Malada, unwilling to stand by as one of his protectorates is taken from him, mobilizes 10,000 soldiers and mounts a counterattack. Consequences are disastrous. Ajax's brilliant tactics and desertion by the Vestarian Alliance catapult Malada into an early and grisly defeat. King Melchis is slain along with his two sons and his commander, the Duke of Redessa. Decimated, Malada is forced to think quickly. The Duke of Redessa's eldest son, Zacharias, assumes provisional command of the Maladian forces and retreats to Regina, ready to hold his capital or die, which I think he did. However, this turn of events has cowed the rest of the Alliance. Vestaria's other member states flee homeward, their accord now just ash in the wind. Zacharias places Malada's surviving heir, Princess Atolphus, in the care of his much younger brother Zadrian, ordering the two of them to flee abroad. And that's what we did, remember? We took the princess, got on the boat. Reluctantly, Zade follows his brother's orders and safely guides Athol to Thrall Harbor, whence they sail west to the merchant metropolis of Venetia. There we go. Present day, January 1025, CC. You know, the classic CC, Christ. Concio of the Venetian Republic. Press any key. Fuck. Okay, I know I'm a first-time streamer and this is kind of awkward, but I always forget which one the any key is, so give me a second. Am I funny? Am I a goofball? Hey, watch this, watch this. Okay, sorry guys. I'll take this seriously. I don't know how seriously or funny you all want me to make dialogue, like, during scenes like this. Please tell me in the comments. Like, if I'm being annoying, tell me. Complain. Tell me that I am a piece of shit. I want to hear it. Alright. Gentlemen of the Concio, allow me to introduce Lord Zadrian, youngest son of the Duke of Redessa. Whilst only 16 years of age, he has spent the last half year on the battlefield, trading steel with the Solvian invaders. Alas, despite Mileda's best efforts, the Empire's numbers proved too much for them. Both king and kingdom have fallen. In the aftermath, and at great personal risk, Lord Zadrian escorted Princess Atolphis here to Venetia, where she might be safe. The princess is the last member of the Miledian royal family, and as good Venetians we must show that we are just and loyal friends. Thus, I ask you permit Lord Zadrian and Princess Atolphis to stay here in the city, where the Empire cannot reach them. Dolge written, there's one point I wish to clarify, if I may. As I recall, this brave young man in our midst is in fact your brother-in-law. Is that correct? Yes, you have the truth of it. Zade's eldest sister is my wife. So then what you're really asking is for the Republic to protect your family, even if it drags us into a war. Since our founding, the Republic's policy has been one of neutrality. We've built a peaceful nation by adhering to that policy and avoiding conflict. Harboring the princess of a dead kingdom will only invite the Empire's wrath, and we have naught but mercenaries to stave it off. We would be overrun. If we're to safekeep the Republic, then I say we arrest these fugitives and turn them over to Solvia at once. What say the rest of you gentlemen? Ha ha ha! Senator Dawes, and here I took you for a man of letters. We cannot maintain neutrality with the Empire. What nation can? Name one on equal footing with Solvia. I challenge you. Even if you have the right of it, I see no benefit in harboring fugitives. Fortunately, I do. Now, may I get on with what I intended to say in the first place? I do not seek asylum for a relative. I seek asylum for an able warrior and commander, an asset to our republic. Ha! And here comes the sophistry. Go on then, you have the floor. Do tell us about all the wonderful things little Lord Zadrian will do. What will I do? What will we do? All of us viewers that are out there. As you all well know, two provinces that rightfully belong to the Republic have been seized by Galatian brigands. They have enough numbers now to pose a real threat to the capital. Captain Vilvice's Free Company has managed to repel the Galatians' attacks, yes, but they refuse to take the battle outside of our own walls, and they're sellswords. They could abandon us at any second. You never trust sellswords. Ever. Ever. Get to the point. What does the boy have to do with any of this? I told you before, Lord Zadrian is an experienced warrior, and he still commands a number of able knights. They would make swift work of the undisciplined rabble that passes for Galatian manpower. I can vouch for it, for as you were so keen to point out earlier, Zade is a brother and friend to me. We've been blessed with a chance, gentlemen. A capable army has arrived on our doorstep. Would you turn them away? Would you? If so, you're either a fool or no true Venetian. You know what the right choice is. Good. Since there are no further objections, I hereby welcome our guests to Venetia, and I formally request Lord Zadrian eradicate the Galatian brigands. Galatian. Aw, look at this. Clap, clap, clap. Clap for me. Very well, but before the Concio can sanction such an action, there remains one crucial detail to hammer out. And what would that be? Exactly when might we expect Lord Zadrian to complete this task? We cannot allow him to stay indefinitely unless he proves his worth. Then I will consult with him, and we can reconvene at a later date. No need. He's right here, and I am asking him. Give me 3 months, sir. 3 months, and I'll rid you of the brigands. Zade gets my voice, because he's the main character, and I'm the main character. In real life. I'm the main character. How many times am I going to whip on recording? Okay. Very well. 3 months it is, but if you fail, then you will be removed from our city. And Doge Written shall answer to the Concio for his deception and step down. What? Why the surprise? You've gotten everything you asked for. Emotional music. Forgive me, Sir Written. I should have kept my mouth shut and consulted with you like you said. Nonsense, Zade. You did nothing wrong. We may have walked into Senator Dole's trap, but it was only a matter of time anyway. The man reviles me. He wants the Doge's seat, and he has a right to challenge me for it, no matter how disgusting the power play. Can you deliver on your pledge? Is 3 months enough? I won't hold you to a promise that might get you killed. Beatrice would hang me by the neck until dead. You exaggerate, my dear. I would hang you until mostly dead. But he's right, Zade. You should retract your pledge. The Concio is cruel to send you out on the battlefield when your place is here, with your family. Leave the bloodshed to Zek. A boy like you has no place hunting brigands. It's too dangerous. Soft, Beatrice. I know Zade was but 5 or 6 when you left Redessa, so of course you desired to protect him. But he's grown into a fine young man, and in delivering the princess here has already proven his strength and courage. Still, Written. Sister, I thank you for looking out for me, but I assure you that I can take care of myself. And brigands or no, I simply cannot cower here in the city for the rest of my days. While Zek organizes a liberation force, I must build a stronghold of my own to better our footing against the Empire. And one day soon, he and I will expel the Empire from Vestaria and restore Maleda to glory. That was Father's wish. I'll not abandon his legacy, no matter what hells I must walk through to see it done. I know that Zek feels the same way. Zade, you really aren't the little boy I remember. You've become a man. And our father's son. I'm pretty sure that Zade was already your father's son. But, you know, to each their own. So long as Lord Zechariah's fate remains in question, a tremendous burden rests on Zade's shoulders. Heavier than you or I can imagine. We cannot fight his battles for him, but we can trust in his judgment and give him our support. Thank you, my love. Now, Zade, let us discuss the brigands. You should be armed with all the information. Yes, of course. Like I said, there's going to be a shit ton of dialogue. This game has a lot of talking. Like, a lot. So if you don't like my voice, that's not great. Uh-oh. So yeah, you can always skip ahead if you just want to see me fighting stuff. Honestly, I think the conversation is more fun than the actual gameplay, because the gameplay is really lame. But yeah, I'm doing my best to make it interesting for you guys. Because I want to, like, give commentary and stuff, but I also want to take this content seriously. Because it's a very serious story. Like, sometimes it's funny, but it's heavy stuff. Honestly, like, trigger warning for the future, content gets heavy. Like, you're going to see a lot of heavy stuff. Just be ready. Alright. Their stronghold is in the mountains, north of the Grand Colliery of Thebes, in some old ruins. The terrain puts them at an advantage, so you should not mount an attack until you are duly prepared. The Galatians answer to a man named Tyron, a cruel and brutal man with skill on the battlefield. Definitely not one to trifle with. The port town of Elsa has already fallen to the brigands, who've been subjecting its residents to all manner of horrors. But Luca village to our northwest has mobilized a militia and managed to keep the Galatians at bay thus far. You should speak with them at once, as I am certain they will help you. And do not worry about us here in Venetia. The Vilvice Free Company garrisoned here is a tough army in its own right. They'll keep us safe so long as we keep the coin flowing! Yeah! They've refused to march on the brigands for us, but perhaps their cooperation can still be bought for the right price. I'll speak with Conditier Vilvice. And I think that covers everything you need to know. Your strength will be tested, but I already know it to be true. Fight well, Zade. Thank you, sir. I shall with every ounce of my being. Alright, so... I think I am going to save here. And this episode will purely be... Well, no. We'll go ahead and save here. We'll get on to the battlefield and just, like, take a look. So, yeah, yeah, we're taking refuge in the city, and we have agreed to fight some bandits in exchange for protection. Sounds fair to me. Alright. I love these paintings, by the way, that are just kind of, like, thrown in throughout the game, like, on random chapter intros and stuff. I don't know, I just think they're really pretty. Like me. And then there's this ugly-ass graphic style, like the vomit green and the earwax-colored sand and the... Ugh, don't even get me started on his face. He looks like a guy I once saw in my mirror. Beyond this plain, you'll find the port town of Elsa. Dangerous lands, these. The Galatians command this valley and will not greet you and your knights kindly. Nor should they, considering why we're here. But we'll put them to rout, my lord. You may tell the consul as much upon your return. My return? Can't wait to wave me off the battlefield, I see. Perhaps for the best. I'd only get in the way. Princess Athol, shall we? If we're not inside the city walls by dusk, we may as well serve ourselves to the Galatians on a platter. Lord Adrian, can I not stay here and fight with you? I have proven myself as an able healer. That you have, your highness, but you are too important to our kingdom's future to place in harm's way. Pray, do as the Dorze asks. Must I? Zack made his wishes clear. If you love my brother, then do not throw away this life that he has won for you. Young lord, we should prepare for battle. Cutthroats and thieves our opponents may be, but in numbers they still pose a threat. We must plan our every step with care. I will, Master Garland. Knights of Redessa, to arms! We march for the port town of Elsa. So yeah, that... Oh, it's not even done. Oi, what are you waiting for, you useless? I don't trust that word. I'm not going to say it. Attack! Not without the other men, Chief. They hasn't caught up yet. They hasn't caught up yet? Bah, look, it's just one measly little village. How many men... This guy has to be Australian. How many men do you need to cut down a motley crew of woodcutters and peasants? Here you are, pissing yourself as if you're standing at the gates of Venetia. Yeah, well, maybe you forgot what them woodcutters and peasants can do when they're cornered. Pff, fine, coward. Sit there and lick your wounds like the hound you are. Jesus, there's still more. The brigands are coming. The brigands are coming. The redcoats are coming. I saw them up on the mountain. They're descending fast. No, they found our village. What do we do? If only we'd saved up enough gold to hire some sellswords. Now these savages will hack us to bits and take what little coin we do have. We should run while we still can. Impossible. The children and old folk would never make it. We're no better runners than we are fighters. If I'm to take a sword in the gut, I'll take it here in front of my own home. Fuck yeah, girl. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Alright. There has to be another way. We're in Vesta's hands now. Lord above, please, send us a savior. And here I am. The savior. Alright, yeah, we're definitely gonna save here. And I think this will be it. We can look over our guys real fast. Bonachel. We already talked about his description, but like, I want to talk about their stats. This is, so, I'm not a stats guy. I'm not. I never have been. I'm a story guy. I like looking at these situations realistically, and the stats, they just kind of get in the way. So I like converting them into like this might not make sense. I try to understand them conceptually in like a real life setting. So, for example, Troy. Troy has this ability, multi-chance. If you're going by the numbers, it's like his agility stat times 3% to... Doesn't matter. Read the description at the bottom. Allows the unit to sometimes deal 2 consecutive strikes. So in other words, Troy is just fast. He's a fast guy. He rides up and he goes, boom, pow, swing, bop. That's a cooler way to interpret it, in my opinion. Let's look at another one. Zade is a commander. Yeah, he's just a good leader. Also, looks like he's good at getting a good strike every now and then. He's good at looking for a weak point. Bonachel is so slow and tanky that sometimes he has a chance to just like, he gets hit and it doesn't do anything to his armor. It's just like, boom. And then the other one, he's got a 25% chance of doing a critical hit on a counterattack. So in other words, like, that makes sense, because if a bad guy runs up and hits him in the armor and like doesn't do anything at all, Bonachel's gonna look at him and be like, ha! And then just pop him right in the mouth, you know? Isn't that cool? Prody, oh, we talked about him. So Prody is a good neighbor. It's like, he cares about his pals. In a fight, Prody's always looking for like, how can I defend my bros? You know, I see my dudes over here, my gamer pals over here, and he's like, how can I help fight with them? That's how Prody, that's his outlook on the fight, you know? That's one thing I love about this game, is like every unit has their own unique skills and stuff. I think that's really cool. I also love how like, oh, allow me to rant before this episode is over, because this episode is short, so I'm just going to rant to y'all for a bit about why I love this game. Most games that are like this, you get like the main characters, these guys. Well, honestly, Bonachel, Troy, and Prody are not even main characters. They are side characters. But they constantly are involved in the conversation, as you will see soon. Or like on the last chapter, Bonachel and Prody talked, or Troy and Zade talked. But also, typically these games just have like the one villain who's like, oh, big bad guy, he's the Galatian Brigand Chief. But this game, they're all important. Like, these two guys right here got characterization because they are there. They're people, you know? Who the fuck is this guy? Who is a dangerous bodyguard hired by the Galatians? Approach with who is this hot sauce? He's got some wicked ass hair and he's doing one of these? Like, what the shit? I just think it's cool. And we'll see in a bit that, like, they talk. Like, I guarantee... Who's this guy? A pirate who's occupied a small island off of Lucas Shores? Hook! Captain Hook! What is happening? This game is so nuts. So yeah. Let me show you guys, though, like, another thing I love about this game. Shit happens all the time. So, you know what? We'll save it for next episode. But next time I play, I'm going to show you guys how stuff happens every turn. And it's so cool. So yeah, with that being said, we're going to close that. We're going to make my face big. I'm trying to think of things I want to say. I don't know how many of you all are watching this stuff, because I don't... Like, there weren't any comments or anything on the last video, so I don't know if people even care. Average watch time on the last video was like 60 seconds, which means you all saw the really lame-ass intro and then cut the video, because that makes sense. This is a stupid-ass intro. I have so much to say. I really want to know your guys' opinions on, like, the dialogue scenes. Do we want me to narrate all of those? Do we want me to not narrate all of those? Damn, my hair looks fucking good right now. What's up? Because I will totally just, like, let the text fly if you all would rather us just read them independently instead of hearing me do it. I like doing the voice acting personally. It engages me more. But that's okay. I'm also totally cool with just reading it, because one thing that I understand is that sometimes when I'm reading, I give a character a goofy voice, or I talk in between the lines, and I don't know if that messes with the tone at all. I don't want that to be a thing either. So please, if you watch this, guys, just put down in the comments below, like, how do we want me to approach this going forward, you know? I don't know. I'm just really open to all and any suggestions. I'll stop playing Temple Run before a video. God. I think that's it. I think that's all I got. I appreciate you guys. The next episode, we'll get to some more combat. And it'll be sick. Yeah. Again, though, last thing. The story is very political. It's a very slow burn. It's like Game of Thrones, if you know that show. It's like House of the Dragon, if you know that show. It's like Robin. No. It's like Shrek 2, if you know that show. Yeah, it takes itself very seriously, except for the bandits. They're sometimes goofy, obviously. But it's going to be a slow, dramatic, serious story. And I try to make it fun and goofy, but at the same time, I want to give the proper respect and reverence to the story, because it is a really damn good one. Okay, that's all I've got. Thank you for listening. You guys are the best. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and send me a fucking heart on a letter in my fax machine, and tell me how cool I am. My camera's so crazy. All right, have a good night, guys. Bye bye.